What is going on, everybody? We are back on it. Hunter episode 98. This should be Monday the 30th. Yeah, you guys should be seeing this on Monday, September the 30th. Coming off the last episode, like I've been kind of harping and you guys have been seeing in the YouTube comments and stuff. Episode 96 and 97 have not only been probably my second and third favorite episode of the entire Ant arc, they're some of my favorite episodes of the entire series so far. So I really love to see that. Judging by the impressions that you guys gave me, I think it's safe to assume that that's kind of the last that we get of the Phantom Troupe, or anything kind of big with them. So it's looking like Kurapika's storyline isn't going to be there isn't going to be an ending to it within the anime. I do have a question though. In regards to the end of the anime, did the writer, what's his name? I know it starts with a T. Did he end the anime in a way that if it never continued, it would suffice as an ending? I know a lot of you have told me actually that it has a good ending to it, in a way that like it could end and also pick right back up, like how they end it. But the way it ends, it could also be like if it never came back, it's like a good ending. So just for like anime only people, if we don't, I'm almost 99% positive we don't get any more Kurapika and we don't get any more Phantom Troupe story the rest of the anime. I wonder if it feels like it's a good ending for their arcs. It kind of feels incomplete. I brought it up in the last episode. All Kurapika accomplished was killing one troupe member, and that was it. Does that feel like he got his revenge, or like that was enough to avenge his clan? I don't know. And he disabled the leader, but we know, as we saw in the Greed Island arc, that's going to only last for how much longer? It looks like he's currently in the process of getting his abilities back. So just like as an anime-only watcher, and knowing what you guys have told me about the ending, on how like it's a good ending if the anime was never to continue, is it a good ending for Kurapika's storyline? It kind of feels incomplete, or maybe nothing was accomplished. Maybe he feels accomplished in what he did, but he was notified that, like, hey, Crollo's here, there's an NX, like, he's getting his abilities taken back, and, like, there wasn't any action taken, so it'll be interesting to see. Again, they were two of my favorite episodes. I'll jump into the comments from episode 96, or was it 97? I don't even know what we're on. 97. If there was anything important. A couple of you told me that these episodes weren't filler, but they just kind of don't. I guess the way I kind of look at filler is like, if they weren't included, would it affect the story? And the answer is no. But these episodes are so good to me that I don't count them as filler. There's other anime that have those as well. I think one of the better ones in Naruto that I can think of off the top of my head was the Chikara story, where you have Naruto fighting against like the clone that Kabuto made. Like, that was filler, and it did nothing for the story. Like, you could have done without of it, but those are some of the best episodes of Naruto. And, like, in my opinion, those were two of the best episodes we've had. And then I had a lot of you expanding on Shizuku and Blinky's abilities, how it can't suck up anything alive. But we looked that up at the end of the video. You guys saw me do the quick Hunterpedia search. Chimera ants are a global threat to everybody. And I have a lot of, there looks like a lot of, like, we don't know what Bisky does when she is in her original form, given how much Nen it must take to hold her kind of like girly form. That, like, what does her transmuter abilities do when it's really time to fight, you know? And I'm guessing maybe we don't get the answer to that, because you guys have told me like it's not her story to like defeat the ants. Like, that's not what she's here for. So just a lot of like questions around Bisky. When it's serious, when it's life or death, and she's back in her hulked up form, what is her ability then? You know, like what does she do with her transmuter manipulation or whatever she does? A lot of you telling me there was no, and yeah, Phaeton is the interim boss because he did kill the queen. There wasn't anything really specific related to him having to speak like it into existence. Remember how he was like calling her a piece of crap and she's gonna feel pain? Are those conditions? And like when you think about it, are those really that big of conditions? I don't know. I also wonder if he has any kind of special healing abilities, given like the amount of damage he has to take to maybe defeat somebody strong. And that was another question I had that I didn't really get any crazy answers to. And then I had a lot of you saying the Phantom Trooper's your favorite too. But a lot of you told me the troop no longer appears. Like them and Kurapika like pretty much are not showing up. Some of you told me Phaeton speaking Japanese. He's speaking Japanese in reverse. And then I had a couple of you ask me, now that I've seen everybody, do I think Hisoka's as strong as I thought he was back in the day? Do I think he could take out a lot of the troop members 1v1? Again, Nen fights are based upon matchup, but I kind of held Hisoka in higher regard just because we hadn't seen everybody, and usually when they show you somebody originally first and strong, you picture them as being one of the strongest, but I'd say he's probably in the top 5. But again, we've never seen Hisoka push to the edge, and we didn't really see the members push to the edge. We just got to see their abilities in full effect. Guys are telling me the strongest was Uvo, the fastest was Phaeton, and a lot of you were telling me it wasn't a condition that Phaeton was rusty or moving slow or getting faster, that he had to build up. It was just probably because he hadn't fought in a while that he was moving slow. Is there anything else? Just a lot about Shizuku's vacuum and Phaeton's ability, Sphinx winding up his arm. Kind of all questions that like we could sit here and go back and forth about, but the fact that the troop don't reappear and we're not going to need their abilities to maybe defeat the end final boss, I could sit here and ramble on for like 2 hours about their abilities and what if this, what if that, but what about this? But the fact that they don't reappear in the anime, it's unfortunate, but it's not worth, I guess, dragging out a discussion because you guys might not know the answers to the question, because if they haven't been shown and it's not in the anime and it hasn't even gotten introduced in the manga, then and then I had a couple of you saying, now that you remember watching it back with me, you do think the arc is kind of drawn out a little bit, but and then a couple of you say you would want to see some of the troop members going up against some of the royal guards, like a good like 2v1 or 3v1. I really think some of the troop members could for sure. If you could have Phaeton's speed, Uvo who's dead, his strength and just enhance their abilities, I feel like they could give one of the royal guards a real hard time. And if you had like a Sphinx who was able, because Uvo being so strong and already enhancer fast, and then Phaeton being as fast as he is, they could annoy the shit out of a royal guard while you just leave Sphinx in the back just charging that thing up. And who knows like how hard he could really hit. If you could get someone like Sphinx or Uvo or the guy with all the holes, if you could get them somehow to dot them up and have Blinky suck it, like there's just so many possibilities. I don't want to talk about it, you know, it's depressing the fact that they're not going to get brought back up. I forgot what I was saying there a minute ago before I started scrolling through all the comments, but does it really matter? No, because if it's Phantom Troop related or Kurapika related, it really doesn't even hold merit for me to bring it up at all. So we're just going to go ahead and end it at that. But let's go ahead and do this. It's actually hot as hell in here. Let me turn on this fan. I got a mega folder from somebody, from Sam. I don't want to drop his last name. I don't know if people want their full names out there, but he messaged me on Twitter. He gave me a mega zip download folder that has all the remaining episodes that I need. So I don't have to I shouldn't have to worry about buffer or anything because they're already downloading. I'm just pulling them from a file. So big shouts out to you. Hopefully we don't have any buffer problems. I didn't have any issues going through the first opening. I will say I watched the opening. We had the cheetah and the lion and his 2 followers kind of crawling back to the king where he's located. I don't know if they feel like they're not getting what they need out there by themselves, so they're crawling back to him to maybe serve him. I guess that's about it. So we'll go ahead and do this thing. We're right at the title screen, infiltration and selection. 3 minutes and 20 seconds in. Fingers crossed for no buffing issues. Right now. Here we go. I'm really interested to see if this downloaded zip file that somebody has and me just sharing the file is going to be crispy clean. I mean, the episode's pretty clean. I will still say, I don't know what it was about Twist Mo, but that shit was in fucking 4K LED, 320p, 720, 1090, 500 hertz per second frames. Like, it was so clean. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, even this right here, and 9 Anime, and Kiss Anime, and Crunchyroll, like, were not as clean. I don't know why. Do not know why. I felt like I had HD, like, glasses on watching it on Twist Mo, but just wouldn't stop lagging. Dang, so they have a very secretive... But have they killed off most of the people, though? Is that system still in place, even though they have a fake leader now? That's smart. That sounds about right. You gonna fall asleep. I had one person message me on Twitter. They say that some, like, I don't even know how to really word it, but that we're almost kind of, or maybe I'm putting on, or maybe other people are putting on, like, the royal guards on too high of a pedestal. And to think that, like, a handful of the troop members couldn't take out one royal guard is blasphemy. That, like, 3 or 4 high-level pro hunters could take out a royal guard. 3 or 4 high-level troop members could take out a royal guard. And I think that's good as well. But talking these groups we have here, no way. I will say Gon probably will get his revenge on Homegirl, but on Pito, but it's not going to be in this 2v1 v2v1 v2v1 battle, that's for sure. I don't think any of our group's going to lay a scratch, but we also haven't seen them work as a team. Moral and Nove, Knuckle and Shoot, and we haven't seen them kind of push to the edge. And like if they have anything up their sleeves. Like, is there? We gotta know if there's more to Moral than just his little pocket dimension. Because if that's it, it's gonna be rough. We've seen other applications of Nove's smoke. He created clones and stuff. Wild dogs. shit. That's a dope image right there. Want that for the thumbnail. They're gonna cleanse everybody out in one go. No cell phones allowed. I'm just ready to find out the guard's abilities. Hmm. He's overheating again. There could just be one ant that's that strong. Oh, homegirl. Hmm. Why are they hitting us with this soundtrack? This was labeled for somebody else. This is the Greed Island soundtrack. Multiple people at once. What the hell? Yeah, I'm ready to learn every ins and outs of their abilities. The thing is it that easy to break off her manipulation by just defeating it? Because we see that Kite is still under control. How do you break the link? They gotta do it and stay hidden, though, is the problem. They can't fuck up the plan. It could cost somebody their life. Y'all are out here gonna get Netero killed and shit, breaking the plan. That's true. But what's... If Killua gets found out or killed or captured, what the hell... I mean, what were the two of them gonna do against her alone? But what the hell is Gon gonna do by himself? It fucks up the entire plan. If Killua doesn't make it back so they can go 2v1 like everybody else, because that leaves another one of the royal guards. that could team up with the other one. It's risky. So they're gonna move as a group and stay hidden, but Kilua's gonna be the one that actually goes out there and like tries to take out the puppets. We've already seen Gon. He didn't break a promise, but he kind of did. When he didn't, he promised Homegirl that they'd win, and they didn't. Palm. Are they already being tracked? Mm-mm. That's a dope shot. Who is that? I don't recognize this voice. Okay, it's definitely an antler. Oh, sensed it. We're gonna split up. They're gonna circle his ass up. I would like to think that they both sensed him. Now, which one does he follow? He gotta go after Gon, right? Oh, it's this fuck boy. Troupe music. That blood or is that wine? Okay, these look like humans. I can't wait to find out the depths of his powers. What, they're gonna hunt his family down and kill him? I don't see pro hunters coming back and killing him, so. Take it easy. We'll see about that one. Yo, Knuckle, take it easy, bro. You don't chew lollipops. He's not wrong. If they don't do this right now, everybody in the world is gonna die. They fuck this up, this is gonna spread worldwide. They'll never get a chance like this again. It's a classic like superhero like excuse. The whole Captain America thing, like one life isn't worth the world. We don't let one man die, and it's like, but then they always like go back and save the one man. You know, one life isn't worth one life is just as important as everybody else's life. But in the logical sense, for the human race to survive, if you had to watch and endure a couple thousand die, would you do it to save the rest of the world, or do you value those lives just as important, win or lose? It's the common like superhero anime question. Save a small group now because they are human lives, or sacrifice them so you can save everybody else? He sensed it. Oh fuck. Is that a genie? Is he constricting himself? Classic anime where they tell the person their attack as they're doing it. I'm digging the sunglasses though. Oh wow. He didn't kill him. Again. I'm ready to see. I wonder if we do get that to that point. We know if he gets the chance, he'll kill P2. Um, but I wonder if his moral conscience is going to be tested before this anime is over. My man has overalls on, and then an owl. Like, I wonder if Gon's gonna have to fight with stick with the plan or save this person's life. Save this person's life, but the other person over here might die. Do I kill? Do I not? I wonder. Is that the episode? That is it. Go ahead and press pause on that. Pretty solid episode. A little slower than the last, like, I'd say 4 or 5 episodes we had. It looks like there's not much to discuss kind of here post episode. Um, Other than kind of them moving closer. I think they said there's 9 days left. We had Moral and Nove kind of getting things ready. Knuckle and Shoot are doing the same thing Gon and Killua are doing. They're just having to kind of hide and waiting without giving themselves up because they know they might not get another chance like this again, which the chance slash the goal is to separate the guards from the king to give Netero the best chance. I'm not going to say so that Netero can take out the king. I don't think that's going to happen. But to give Netero the best chance, it's already looking slim that he'll be able to take out the king. But if he has to do that and to go through royal guards, it won't happen. So they've just kind of got to stick with the plan. And like Knuckle was saying, and kind of Gon was saying at the same time, when you break down the numbers, how do we let like 490 whatever thousand people die? Like, because they're having to sit there and watch it because they can't expose themselves because it can mess up the whole plan. And they've kind of already been sought out. Gon and Killua, they've kind of already been discovered. But it's the common like superhero anime question: is one life more important than everybody else's? Captain America and others would say yes. What the logical explanation would be: you say it's the logical explanation until it's somebody you care about / have to make a decision about. Because if you're in a group or just kind of anything, letting easy like zombie apocalypse or something, if one person in your group gets cornered, is it worth trying to go to save them but everybody else might die? Or is the distraction worth you and the 50 other people in your group escaping? It depends on who the person in the group is to you. Is it your mom? Is it your sibling? Is it somebody you guys picked up off the road a couple weeks ago? Is it somebody else's mom? So it's not a close. It's a real kind of interesting. I don't know, because these are people they don't have connections to, but it's still people. But is one life more important than the group? When it could risk the group and when it could risk humanity's sake, which is kind of what's happening here. So we'll kind of see what they end up deciding. So it looks like there's 9 days left. I wonder if each episode is going to progress over a day. I hope we'll like speed up here, maybe get like 2 or 3 days done. Because I think before 2 episodes ago, before we got the troupe stuff, they were at 10 days. And it looks like that troupe stuff all happened in that 1/10th day. And then this is the day after. So yeah, it won't be that long of a discussion or that long of a video just because I feel like there wasn't that much information to cover. We didn't get kind of anybody's abilities or anything like that, or any fights to break down or any new kind of groundbreaking information. Just kind of got a little bit more into so maybe P2's ability is she's a specialist but also a manipulator at the same time. I guess she's a specialist that can resurrect the dead in whatever way that might be. And then that's her specialist ability, is to bring people back. And then she manipulates them from there. That's what I'm kind of getting. But then the way Killua was explaining it, he was making it seem like she puts some of her nen into the people that she controls so that they can actively move. Was that correct? I'm not sure. It was a little confusing with the way he was just kind of rattling stuff off, and then they're making Gon make all those faces, which was exactly how I felt trying to understand it and do all that. So yeah, and then what kind of breaks her control? Does she get notified when something she's controlling is maybe captured or taken over or in the middle of a fight? How many things can she resurrect and control at one time? And how do you break that bond of her controlling it? And then when you break her manipulating it, are they just these like zombie bodies that are just kind of on sleep mode after that? Do they fall apart because they're no longer being manipulated, but they are being brought back to life and then manipulated? So if you break that manipulation, whatever that might be, what happens to the resurrected body from there? Is it just kind of a wandering, mindless person on its own? Can she still implement commands on the thing she resurrects without it having to be manipulated? And again, this is just kind of getting into abilities. Once we find out all the Royal Guard's abilities, that'll be interesting to see. And I wonder if there's going to be more to the King's abilities other than the more kind of special, rare humans he consumes, the more nen he can create or take or possess. I wonder what he ends up doing with that nen. The nen he keeps bringing in and bringing in and bringing in. Yeah, so nothing too crazy. We'll go ahead and end it there. A little bit shorter video than what we've had the last like 2 or 3. Just not that much information to go over. So you guys should see this again Monday the 30th. And then we will have 99 up Wednesday, and episode 100 will be up on Friday. We will have 48 episodes left. Wow. we're making our way. We've been spitting it out here, and then I think is it not the 5th, but the next Saturday. Hunter, I know not Hunter. My Hero Academia comes out on the 12th. If that is correct, you guys let me know. When that does happen, we will be dialing back one episode of Hunter x Hunter. So instead of getting 3 episodes a week, we'll drop it back down to 2. And then I don't know how many episodes of My Hero we're gonna get, but whenever My Hero ends, it's gonna end before we finish. Actually, they might be on course, because if My Hero Academia does 24 episodes and I'm splitting out 2 of these a week, they might end at the same time. But if My Hero ends, we'll bump it back up to 3. I mean, we've been doing 3 episodes a week for months. So we've been really cranking them out. But yeah, we'll get there when we get there. So like, share, favorite, subscribe. I'll see y'all on Wednesday. Code Geass upload tomorrow. Patreon episode 21 or 22. Yeah, and as always,